YouTube.
First of all, I'm gonna leave. Hi everybody. How are you guys doing? Yeah? Well, welcome to the 20th San Francisco International Asian American Film Festival. First of all, I just want to thank these guys for coming out here. I mean, you guys probably already know who they are, but we're going to do a little intro. And of course, thanks so much to the organizers of the film festival for bringing us out here and putting on a panel like this so we can discuss how to change the game. And just a little bit about myself. My name is Lisa Lee, and I am the publisher of Hyphen magazine. Hyphen is an Asian American publication. We cover art, pop culture, politics. So basically, during this panel, we're going to be touching on a lot of issues pertaining to YouTube and YouTube stardom and this whole other world that a lot of us older folks are not familiar with. And basically, I'm going to be asking them some questions pertaining to what they do every day and behind the scenes stuff. And then, of course, at the end, we're going to have some time for Q&As. So let's go ahead and introduce some of our panelists. So I'm going to have them introduce themselves. We're going to show little video clips of them, and they're going to get to talk about themselves. So the first person we're going to do is Tim, right?
Okay.
Timothy?
Okay. Woo! You gotta pick up with that guy. Thank you.
What's good, my lovely YouTubers? You know, a little known fact about me, aside from the fact that I'm just the shit at everything, I'm also a bomb-ass kisser. And you know, I figured since I'm getting all these little kids hitting me up saying, hey Tim, how do I talk to girls, how do I kiss girls, this and that, I figured I'd put together a little video of some do's and don'ts. Check it out. Hell yeah. That was awkward a little bit.
How you start off the show?
Right. Okay, so my name's Timothy DeLaGhetto, as I'm known on YouTube, and as you can see, I do a number of things from like little skilly skits, silly skits to like I rap and I give relationship advice and a whole bunch of a potpourri of things. So yeah, that was kind of weird watching my giant face kiss in front of like panel people, whatever. But yeah, that's what I do.
Nice.
Great, let's move on to Ryan. Sorry. That was awesome, Tim.
Thank you.
Let's move on to Ryan.
Hey guys, so as you know,
What? I didn't know. I didn't even get to...
No one told me either. I didn't even get to finish? Is that what you were trying to say?
Yeah, dog, what are you talking about?
You have to learn to finish your sentence because... Okay, listen. As all of you know, I got to watch the film Despicable Me earlier today. And guess what I love to guess things. Anyway, I was allowed to bring home one of the actors, and let me tell you who... Oh my god, really? What? Is it Steve Carell? No, but... Miranda Cosgrove? No, listen. Justin Bieber? Oh my god, I love him! What? No, he's not even an actor. Well then who? Just spit it out already. You know what? Let me just show you already. Dave, come in. Ew.
What?
Quick intro.
Hi, my name is Ryan Higa. Nigahiga on YouTube, and I also do skilly skits. More? Oh.
That's awkward, right?
Yeah, it's pretty awkward watching yourself. I like to do spoofs and just pretty random whatever comes to my mind kind of thing.
Awesome, thank you. All right, let's move on to the Wong Fu Productions guys.
All I'm saying is, you need to relax. Don't worry, we'll bounce right back.
There is nothing out there.
Dad, I'm filling out applications right now.
I can't move home. My dad is crazy. He treats me Like I'm in high school. He's like a Chinese Nazi. I like your dad. What? I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna make online videos. Are you crazy? Come on.
There's this article on the front page about a guy who makes 6 figures making online videos.
We can do that. We're funny. I don't know, man. You have nothing to lose. Give me 1 month. All right, 1 month. Yes!
Hi, I'm Philip. And I'm Wesley, and we're missing one, Ted Fu, and then the 3 of us are Wong Fu Productions.
Yeah, and we just make short films, music videos, and video content on YouTube website.
Similar to Tim, but not potpourri, a cornucopia of media.
That's those things that has all the fruits and the vegetables. Got educated. I think, you know. Maybe.
Thanks, guys. All right, last but not least, KevJumba.
All my listeners in Radio Land, turn up your radios right now. It's that generic, sappy pop song that's hitting the charts. Dance to this song. Everybody put on your dancing shoes on KWISA. Let's go!
Yo, Jason, where you at? What up, man? Just chillin'. You at the club? No, but I wanna be. Have you heard the song? Yeah, it sounds like that other song. But it's not, it's this song. Oh, yeah, let's dance to this song. I think it's about that time. Let's go. Let's dance to the song. 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 Let's dance to the song.
Yeah, so I'm Kevin. You might know me as KevJumba. This is what y'all just saw was a web series that me and Wong Fu are working on, and you guys are actually the first people to see it. It's very rough. I think he made it like a couple days ago, so yeah, you guys are pretty lucky to see that. Typically, you don't see me acting or doing web series. You guys, I'm most known for doing like these comedian stuff where I'm like doing funny videos either with my dad, or I'll do videos where I talk about stuff that relates to me and my audience. And yeah, this is I forgot to send in my clips, so they put that in basically. But at least you guys got to see this new web series we're working on. Does it look exciting? You guys looking forward to it or what? Yeah. All right, cool. You're welcome. Cool.
All right, thank you guys. So just to basically dive right into the discussion here, and I'm sure you guys have answered these specific questions a million times, but some of the people in here don't really know about you guys. So why don't we start by talking about basically how you got started? And I know some of you guys started before YouTube, right? Yeah? Okay, two of the older ones?
No.
No? Okay. So let's start by talking about that. Like, was it an epiphany? One day you woke up, you're like, yeah, basically you lost your job and you're like, I wanna be famous.
That's pretty much it.
I guess I'll start since I'm over here. The whole being famous thing, I've kind of, I don't know about the rest of these guys, but I've always kind of wanted to be famous. I knew I wanted to be like a performer when I was younger, and I always did theater and then short films with my friends in high school. So when I found YouTube as like something where anybody could just upload any type of video and you could spread it around anywhere, I knew it would be a good way to just get my name out there and get my stuff out there and promote myself and try to make a name for myself any way that I could, and it just seemed like it would be a good idea.
I had I guess the complete opposite of that. I had no idea that anybody would be watching my videos. I just put it up for a bunch of my other friends to see, and it just blew up in a way. I just never really thought anybody else would watch it. So when I had 1,000 views, I was freaking out. Like who are these people? But I don't know. It was very unexpected, but I'm very thankful for it.
Yeah, I guess we're the older ones that started before YouTube. Yeah, YouTube was about 2005 when it really became popular, but we were making stuff in college before then. And yeah, it was kind of like Ryan saying, we made videos for fun and then we put it online just to share with our friends to see. But And this was like, in college, and everyone had like the high-speed internet, so that was the way to get it out there, and just kind of spread from person to person, school to school. And then once YouTube came out, people were actually uploading our stuff without us knowing. And I remember one of my friends said, hey, there's this site that people are uploading your videos to called YouTube. And I was like, YouTube? What's that? Whatever, no big deal. And now it's actually a very big part of what we do.
Yeah, I started my junior year in high school. I was like 17. And basically I was kind of like a class clown growing up, and I kind of wanted to pursue comedy, but there was no forum for me to like share anything. So I was on the internet like 7 hours a day back then as Asian teenager, and I would waste my time playing games or on MySpace or whatever. And I found YouTube, and I was like, oh, it'd be cool if I tried this out, and I shot my own videos and just put it out there out of curiosity. I didn't have intentions of getting famous like Tim, but no, I'm saying. But yeah, I just
Dream, man.
yeah, but I just was curious. So, and then people started commenting like, oh, I like what you do, and so that kind of motivated me to keep doing it, and now it's at where it is now. So pretty cool.
So, why YouTube? And what I mean is, you guys could be making like a podcast. You guys could be taking just photos. What was it about this specific medium and this specific platform? You guys could be famous like through Twitter, right? You could tweet like 3,000 times a day and be followed by like all these millions of people. But what was it about this specific platform that made it, particularly appealing? And I think, Tim, you touched on it a little bit, but any other insights to that?
Well, I'm just like, I'm like a narcissistic dude. I like looking at my face. So I was like, let me put these up, spread it around, like show as many people as I can, and try and get people, maybe even like trick people into watching my videos for a little bit. Because when I first started putting up videos, I tagged all my videos as like Jin Freestyle 106 in Park, because he was kind of Jin's an Asian rapper, if you don't know. He was kind of big back then, and so I would tag all my videos as him. So I figured if people were clicking on him, they might find me freestyling, and then maybe like a handful of people would be upset, but then maybe out of that, a couple people would like it, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, just kind of.
Can you freestyle for us now?
Sure. Yeah. Here, Kevin, give me a beat.
Y'all can help me out too, cause.
Do you want to help me? Here we go.
The mic with the
word.
That was it. That's all I got.
Okay, never mind. I don't need a beat. Yeah. Thank you everybody for coming to the panel. Go home, don't forget, and subscribe to my channel. I go full throttle like this water bottle. I'm clear-headed. Yeah. Girls want to be wedded to me. What? Why did they say to that? Wedded means get married. No, not wet. Okay, moving on.
Anyone else?
I forgot the question.
I
I'm sorry.
Why YouTube?
Why YouTube? Yeah, why YouTube?
Why YouTube?
Because it was very simple. All you have to do is click upload, find your video, and that's all you have to do. I am horrible with technology, believe it or not. I'm terrible with it. So YouTube was like the easiest thing for me and the only thing I could do. So that's why I chose it.
YouTube for us because, well, we make short films and music videos primarily, so it seemed like a perfect fit. We want people to see our work. But now more than ever, because we kind of step in front of the camera now to become personalities and characters online. So it's like become even more of a tool to, YouTube is our tool. No, it's just a very good community now, I think, where people to support and just to keep in touch with fans and get instant feedback on your work, whether good or bad.
And just to ask one more question. So when YouTube came out, and Phil, you said you sort of laughed at it, right? Sort of. Yeah. At what point in your sort of like career did you guys realize, okay, it's time, like we gotta get on YouTube?
I'll admit, like I was kind of like I'm like someone that's very doubtful of like new stuff that comes along. When MySpace came along, I'm like, yeah, that's just weird. And then like when Facebook too,
And iPods.
and iPods, I was like, oh, whatever. No, but so no, like so I mean, when we finally realized it was just, I think it was when we saw that so many people were also choosing it. And I guess it was kind of like, you know, we thought that we needed to keep up, and we also saw that, you know, there were other content makers out there that were doing, you know, good things, and we're like, you know, we want to keep that going as well. And also actually a big reason, bandwidth actually, yeah, because before people had to download from our website directly, and so we had to pay for servers and bandwidth, and we were getting bills of like thousands of dollars, and we're like, whoa, this website lets us put up videos for free, and then we can like, and people can play it as much as they want, so it was like easy choice. Yeah.
What? Why I choose YouTube?
Why YouTube?
You don't have to answer the question.
Well, I was on, before I even started uploading videos, I would be on YouTube like a couple hours a day for like 5 months. I would just go and I would watch videos of people doing what I do now, or people dancing or whatever. I was just a fan of going on YouTube, and then after 5 months, I was like, why don't I give it a shot, you know? So I saw people like, you know, Happy Slip. She was one of my main like inspirations in the beginning. Like, oh, she's this Asian chick and she has all these viewers. Like, oh, let me try, you know? And so once I started, it kind of went up from there.
Great, and you totally, you know, predicted my next question. I mean, this panel is all males.
Yeah.
Yeah, sausage fest.
So, yeah, I mean, so, you said it, I didn't. So, you know, just to give a shout out to all of the Asian American female, you know, YouTubers out there, why don't you guys just let the audience know who are some of the YouTubers who are, you know, female that you guys really enjoy watching, who you admire, who you potentially want to date? Just
shout out to Happy Slip. Big shout out to her because she actually reached out to me in the beginning when I started, and she flew down to Houston and we did videos together, and it helped both of us greatly, and she's been like a role model for me and a mentor for me. And shout out to Community Channel whom we all met. Her name's Natalie. She is very popular. She's from Australia, and you guys should check her out if you don't know who she is. Very funny. Shout out to Michelle Fan. We all saw her last week at Collaboration in LA. She does makeup. She has her own makeup products. She has like millions of views on her videos, and she's shout out to her. Shout out to the girl singers on YouTube too.
There's a lot of female singers.
A lot of female singers, and
like Kathy Nguyen, Jennifer Chung. There's a lot, yeah. Kina Granis, of course. Kina Granis is awesome. Yeah, this is obviously, you know, making videos gets you girls, right? Because there's all a bunch of guys out there, totally. Yeah.
I actually don't like watching any girls on YouTube.
I don't. You're so vain.
That was a joke.
So, okay, so let's get into more of the nitty-gritty stuff. I'm interested in knowing, like, what's your average day like? Because I know some of you guys are still going to school, right? Some of you guys have jobs or had a job, or I don't know what the situation is. But like, what's your daily process? Like, how many hours? I mean, do you guys think about coming up with a concept? Do you sort of sketch it out, or you just like you record and then you just do it?
I think we might be a little different because we're not in school anymore. Wong Fu Productions definitely became like a business and a company for us. After we graduated, we did try, you know, mixing, you know, like we wanted to keep making videos, but we also thought, you know, let's do freelance work, video work to keep things going. But as things were going well with Wong Fu, we just kept making videos, and it became it's our full time. Actually, it's more than full time. Full time is what, like 40 hours, but I think we can all kind of say that what we do now is like life kind of for us. We're always thinking about our work and like our product, yeah, always spending time brainstorming, trying to just keep things going.
That wasn't her question.
Wasn't it? Daily life.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
It's just playful banter.
Ha ha ha.
You guys didn't laugh. I think, like with Wong Fu Productions, we actually go beyond just filming stuff. We write all our own content, and we have like an online store to manage, which has products that we design. We go on tour to different schools, which is all run in-house, like the managing of the tour. We have a concert series that we put on, which is run also like 50% by us. And then on top of that,
With no lives.
Oh yeah, no lives. I guess if it's not one thing, then it's another.
In terms of my videos and how much time I spend on videos, it depends because I have stuff that takes more time. Like let's say I want to do like a music video for one of my songs, like something a little more elaborate, and then I have the ones where I'll get like a quick idea for something funny just from having a conversation with one of my friends, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's do that. That'll be a quick video. Let's do that. It'll be funny, for like just quick little 5-minute things or. But a lot of the time, I'm always trying to stay current because I think one of the most important things on YouTube is to kind of stay fresh in people's minds because like people don't really have a very big attention span on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like videos go on longer for 10 minutes. It's like too long. They want to be entertained quick and they always want to see what's new. What's next? I want to sign in like every day and find a new video. I'll put up a video like last week and I'm like, bro, make more videos. I'm bored. Make more videos. And I'm like, yo, I just put one up like 3 days ago. So I try to always constantly write down ideas and have ideas ready, have things that I can do quick or, I just try to stay current. So, a lot of time. That was the question. Lots of time.
I think one thing a lot of people think is like making videos is very easy, but it actually takes up a lot of time. And shooting, writing, editing, all that stuff, it really adds up, and it's not as glamorous as I think a lot of people think. People say, oh, you guys have so many subscribers, you have so many views, it's so cool, I want that too. But it's like, it comes with a lot. And to get those numbers actually takes a good amount of effort. And that's something that I think a lot of people overlook sometimes.
Okay, I'll go. Like me and Ryan, we're still in college, so we're trying to balance what we do on YouTube and trying to get an education, because our parents nag us every day and, oh, you're gonna get that degree, right? So we gotta focus on school. Oh, Tim's in school too, so yeah. So with YouTube, it's definitely like something I think about every day. Like I don't go a day without thinking, thinking about my YouTube or checking it or going to all these other social media sites like Twitter or Facebook and just kind of updating people. But I guess I don't consistently put up every week, but I don't really chase. I let it come to me when something I feel like writing a script and then shooting. Yeah, I'll do it. But it's hard to kind of balance everything I do with college and trying to do videos. But obviously I want to keep creating content for my viewers. But is that the question? What do we do in our daily life?
No, that is.
Usually I wake up in the morning and then I brush my teeth. And then,
with a bottle of Jack.
Yes, with Jack specifically.
So what do you think, and we blogged about this on Hyphen too, we recently saw this big jump of just Asian American babies doing crazy things, playing the guitar and drum and just being crazy. Why do you think YouTube has just really taken off with Asian American performers? If you guys have an answer for that, I'm just totally throwing it in.
Oh, okay, never mind. I think culturally, I would say that most of the time we're taught to kind of just be, quieter or soft-spoken, and we don't really try and be outgoing. But I think what YouTube has done, or just making online media, has allowed a lot of people that are closet performers or really good dancers or singers to be comfortable just in their house, no risk, just sing in my room and just put it out there. And if it gets well received, then cool. If not, then there was no risk because I didn't have to try. And I think that's what a lot of might happen in a lot of families or with a lot of young people. It's that they might not always be encouraged to chase these things. So they have to do it on their own, and I think now that YouTube is around, we're seeing that, whoa, there actually is a lot of talent among us and among our community that's not tapped into, and that's why we see all these babies dancing and crazy stuff.
I think another thing is, the difference with TV and online is, when you watch TV, you're being told, here are your options, what you can watch. If you have a son or a daughter that can play guitar really well, on YouTube or online, it's if I can't see something I want to watch, I'll make it myself and I'll put it on. I decide what I want to see. If it's not there, I'll make it. And I think that's a freedom that comes with online, which gave everyone up here a chance to do what we do.
No, well, I also think just because I think being Asian just helps us out on YouTube, especially because there's not really, like in mainstream media, we're not represented at all really, in movies or TV or anything like that. So I think one of the main reasons why we get so much support from the Asian community is because you don't see us anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So once they see like, okay, wow, this guy's like Asian singer, Asian rapper, Asian actors, Asian filmmakers, people get excited and they want to get behind that 100%. Or Asian baby playing guitar, people get excited for that. It's like, yeah, okay, that's my people, and I can't see that on ABC or
Yeah.
BET.
And I guess a question for Ryan, I mean, obviously you guys all have like an insane amount of followers, right? And have any of these guys done something that you're like, oh damn it, they got to it before I did. I need to one up on them.
Are you just asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, they do stuff all the time that I just get so mad. But no, I think we all have pretty different styles in a way. One thing I try to do differently is I do whatever I feel like doing. I don't just stick to one thing. If I want to do a lip sync, I'll do one. If I want to make a song, even though I can't sing like Tim, I will make a song. And that's pretty much what I've always stuck to.
I think even if we did have like a similar idea, we would do it in very different ways.
Yeah.
So like it would still feel fresh and new to the viewers. At least I would think so, because I think we're all pretty original in that sense.
Yeah. And you guys do collaborate a lot too with each other, right?
Yes.
I can't stand these guys.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay. So, and I don't want to discourage anybody in this room from like, looking up to you guys and wanting to do whatever it is that you guys do. But if we have to just lay it out on the table, what would you say is like the most challenging thing about doing whatever it is that you guys do, and something that you want? I mean, because when we have been getting invited to speak at panels and stuff, we meet a lot of really aspiring magazine like makers. They want to do the whole DIY thing, and they're like, oh, one day like my dream is to have my own magazine. And we always feel like we're sort of spilling water in people's faces when we have to say, well, you have to think about publishing costs, you have to think about where journalism is going, it might be dying, I don't know, what's going on. So for you guys, like what, if you have to lay it out on table, right? Like the most challenging things that you guys want people to be realistic about when they go into this, what would you say it is?
First off, I think you have to have thick skin, because especially being on the internet, people are gonna try and get an emotion from you. Like they'll send letters of hate mail and telling you should stop. And one of the main tips if you want to start is to have thick skin and just to either ignore them or use it for your own benefit.
I think there's definitely a few things. One of it would be like, actually imagine, like everyone's all saying we want like more views, more subscribers or whatever, but like actually imagine if you had it, what would you do with it? I think a lot of people just kind of just stop there and they say, oh shoot, I got X amount of hits, yes, but it's like, okay, what now? So it's more about like, it's less about how many views you get, and it's more about what do you do with the eyes that are watching you. We have amazing reach to like, the people that support us, thankfully, but I think the question that we should always ask ourselves is, well, what are we doing with those viewers and those eyeballs? Because we actually have, a huge amount of influence, and that's kind of like I think one question that you need to decide first is like, when you get there, what are you going to do with it? Because some people might not know.
Right, and like when I started, when we all started, we didn't anticipate getting this large following, but once you do have a large following like that, you kind of take on a role model position where, if you mess up, there's a lot of people that are going to criticize you or say, oh, you shouldn't do this, you're a role model now, or your people, look up to you sometimes. So yes, there's definitely some pressure to, be funny, but not, I know Tim's a really good role model, and so he knows that, no, but yeah, it's just, you gotta say, you wanna, also for us Asian Americans, we wanna like support that Asian movement and represent Asian Americans in entertainment, so yeah, there's a little pressure there, but I mean, pressure is good, that's why we do it.
It's funny that you mentioned that because with me, I think, because you're talking about being a role model, sometimes I think I try, especially with the videos, to be a little more of an asshole or a little, because like sometimes you watch my video, like you saw that one where I was like, yeah, I'm the shit at everything. And like I'm not like that in real life, but when I make my videos, you know, I make sure I try and do that to try to show that like, okay, look, not all Asian guys are timid and quiet, you know, so I want to like, okay, look, we're cocky assholes sometimes, you know, like sometimes, you know, sometimes we only want girl for her body sometimes, you know, I put it out there, so it's like, look, we're not these little sensitive little things all the time, you know. Yeah. So in terms of being a good role model, like on the reverse, you know.
I think actually, Tim, what you do really well that we like is that you represent that side of things too. That needs to be said as well. So that's why.
I think you guys touched on a really interesting stuff that I want to talk about. Actually, two things. So the first one, like you guys mentioned, like pressure from the community. And, you know, as we all know, there are a ton of, like, nonprofit organizations, like, out there doing amazing things. Like, you know, like, fighting for immigration reform and, you know, healthcare, like, all of that stuff. The Filipino Veterans Bill. Do you guys feel the pressure? And I'm sure, like, maybe you guys get approached a lot, too. Like, hey, can you just plug us a little bit? Like, how do you balance that, you know, with the stuff that you want to do and at the same time, like, support the community and also, like, educate and raise awareness?
Yeah, I mean, I used to get a lot of those things too, and I don't know if you guys know my second channel, Jumba Fun, but it's basically that where I find a balance where I do what I want to do, which is make videos and make people laugh, and then at the same time, the more people watch. So I don't really have to like, you know, money doesn't really come out of my pockets, but it's just me doing creative things and being funny and being able to raise money for these charities and these things. So that was sort of how because my parents too, they always like tell me, like they raised me like, oh, like my dad's favorite line in any movie is from Spider-Man when he's like, when great power comes great responsibility. So, you know, my dad tries to be like Confucius, and he tells me that when I started getting popular on YouTube, he's like, now that you have responsibility, you have to. So, and then I was like, yeah, you're right, Dad. So, you know, Jumba Fun kind of started from all that. And yeah, it's cool.
I think there's definitely, like, you know, a lot of orgs, like, do kind of, you know, approach asking to put their agenda on you. And I think you have to at least for me, like, I always ask myself, like, there are always noble causes and stuff, but it's like, you know, that you can only do so much. And to a certain point, like, you have to also, you know, think about where your position is at too, because if you started doing too many of these other things, then you won't even be in the position to, you know, be talking to like your viewers anymore, because they won't be expecting the same things. So you kind of have to just make sure that you're not selling, that's the wrong word, but like catering too much to something that, you know, isn't, you know, something that you really want to do as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think like in on YouTube, on your main channel, what you want to do is you always want to keep your fans and viewers engaged for the reason they subscribe. Like, even though you want to help, because I've done videos for like Revo and some other nonprofit organizations, but you don't want to just like spread yourself too thin. You know, you don't want to just do all like every single little thing that comes into you, because then your fans will be like, what the hell is this? You know, they didn't subscribe to you for charity, even though it's for a good cause. It's not why they're watching. So like what Kev did with his second channel, I think that's really good. And I don't have a second channel, but when stuff like that comes in, I go on Twitter, use my Facebook. I just try to keep that YouTube kind of separate in a way. But yeah, I've used my main channel for that occasionally, but not all the time.
I don't do any of that stuff.
I think it's about finding a good fit between, like, I guess your identity, like, online, and the work that you make online, finding a good fit with, you know, something that you support. You don't want it to come out of nowhere. And I think as long as you have a good following, they'll understand what you're trying to do. And you know, the better you integrate that cause into a video, or for us, a video that like, okay, I'll just an example. Like if a charity came to us or a cause came to us, we would try to integrate it the best we could into our regular videos so that it wouldn't be as jarring for the audience. And I think hopefully people appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, and just to let everybody know, I mean, what are some of the causes that you guys are especially passionate about? And it doesn't have to be like a legislation or anything. I mean, it could be like, what Asian American stereotype do you hate the most, and how are you and your video changing that? You know, so what are some issues out there that you guys just get like really angry about? You're like, I'm gonna make a video about this and change it, change the game.
I think Tim touched up on this, but I think for most Asians, we're very introverted. I mean, in high school, like the Asian kids would always stick together, and they'd be like, you know, talking about the new anime coming. No, I'm just kidding. But we're known for being introverted, and why we appeal, like why someone like me or Tim or Ryan, we appeal is because we come off on camera as very self-confident and very extroverted, and we give our thoughts, and so I mean, we're kind of doing our part to show that Asians can be very vocal, and we have a say, and that we can be cool sometimes, you know?
I think
all the time.
There's two things. I think a recent one that I think is really important is the census. You guys all really gotta do the census or get your parents to do that. That's really important. And then I think just a more general one is just you know, we all know that there aren't a lot of representations for Asian Americans like in mainstream media. And you know, like there's very few is it ever going to be a lead actor, and if there is, they always have an accent or something, or they're the villain. And so I think with what we do is because we're you know, we create short films or stories or tell stories, we always try, you know, we do want to keep a diverse cast because that's, you know, being honest of what this, like, you know, society is like. But if we can, you know, we want to have cast, you know, strong, you know, Asian American roles that represent us well. You know, we don't all have accents, we don't all, you know, do kung fu and stuff. We're just normal people like every day. And I think that the best way that we can help get that image out is to put that image in our content, and that's what we try to do.
Also, I think it's not just the stories that we're trying to tell, like me and Phil and Ted. The stories that we write, it's not really about that, but more about the fact that we are making them. That, you know, we can write any story that anyone else can write that might not have any Asian American message, but we, the creators, are Asian American and we're doing it. And I think that is an indirect message that's pretty important too.
I did a whole video about Asians and Asian guys and penis size, and
Wait, what?
about Asian guys and the penis thing, and
what penis thing?
You know, the whole small penis thing, and I say a lot in my videos that yeah, like it's not big but it's pretty. That's the thing that I say in my videos, okay? And more than anything, the whole concept of that is like, because the size is irrelevant. Because what I'm trying to say to these kids, especially the Asian kids, is that like, regardless of people trying to tell you like, okay, yeah, you got a small penis or whatever, but like, that you shouldn't let your proverbial small penis, you know what I'm saying, the symbolic small penis hold you back from anything, you know? So like, when people want to make the small penis joke, I'm like, yeah, okay, I have a small penis, but I still get girls, I still have a hot girlfriend. So it's like, kind of, I try to take the power away from that stereotype, because there's so many people who like, as soon as you say, oh yeah, small penis, it's like, oh damn, like, that's like the worst thing you could say to an Asian guy, you know? So I'm trying to make it be like, okay, look, even if, I think it's more powerful than saying, no, there's Asian guys with big penises, because I think that kind of defeats the whole, what, you see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying. Security guard. No,
I'm saying, don't let stuff like that hold you back from attaining what you want in life.
And we have just a few more minutes. Thank you. Thank you. Just a few more minutes before we turn it over to you guys. I'm sure you guys have thought of some excellent questions by now. But let's just bring it back to the film festival, because this is what we're all here for. And you know, something that we talk about at Hyphen a lot is just that it's not good enough to be doing it. Does that make sense? Like, for us, like, it's not good enough that we like exist as a magazine because we're Asian American. Therefore, you guys should all come and support us because we're Asian, you know? A lot of it is about, well, like, we've kind of taken Asian American media to like a 2.0, if that makes sense, right? So in terms of like the film festival, it's like, you know, what is it, like 28th 28th year. Oh my God, did I say 20th in the beginning? I'm sorry, 28th. 28th year now, you know, and in the beginning it's like, oh yay, there are these films, they have Asian people in it, that's great, you guys should watch them, but things are different now. So to bring it back to you guys, like, where do you see Asian American media going in the future, and how do you see yourself fitting into that? Like, what do you hope to be doing specifically in like the next 5 years? Sorry, that's a lot of questions. I guess in summary, where do you guys see yourself in 5 years, and how do you want to, I guess, finesse your art?
I think you said something that's very true. Like, we shouldn't. I mean, it's good to support, you know, just because you want to support the community. But it's even better when what you're supporting you actually like, and you actually like care about. You know, like, for example, like when Yao Ming first started playing, at first I didn't know anything about him. Like, I like him because he's Asian, and I'm gonna support him. But it's great that he's an all-star, so that, you know, it actually, well, not right now, but that he's actually good. So I think it's up to us. Like, yeah, we do have the Asian American support, but, you know, like, I don't want it to be like a cop-out support, like, oh, they're Asian, so I'm going to support them. I want them to be like, these guys are actually just good. Keep getting better and better, and just try and just expand what we're doing, so that it's not just an Asian thing that only Asian people like, but it's something that just people can just say, that's good stuff. I want to watch that. I like them. That's it, you know?
There was so many questions, but I think you said, where do you see Asian American just media in like 5 years? I think I still think mainstream television and movies, they're not ready for us. There's not a big enough pool for us to star in like a Hollywood movie. But obviously that's something that's motivating, and like, you know, that leaves the internet still open. I think internet has definitely taken that Asian 2.0 to like a new level. Like, I mean, we have people, you know, that you can recognize in entertainment. Obviously in 5 years, I don't know if I'm still gonna do YouTube. Maybe I'll try and take that next step, or, but yeah, I know what I wanna do, and that's entertaining people and making people laugh, and if that's staying on YouTube, if that's going on TV shows, I don't know. Can't really predict the future, but I think that's what I want to do, and yeah, I'm gonna pursue it.
I think sorry to interject, but like another cool thing is that right now everything is actually going towards online. So, you know, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be the goal for us to try and get onto TV, to try and get onto like these, you know, these networks and stuff, because so much of what mainstream media now is going, you know, the other direction, where we already have a presence and a stronghold. And I feel like what we need to just focus on is just continue to have this presence, so that when online media becomes the mainstream media, which it will eventually, very soon, you know, they'll see, whoa, there's actually a whole bunch of Asian people already here. Yeah, we've been here. We were way ahead of you guys, and you know, like, and then that might, you know, turn some heads and get some attention in a positive way, because it shows that, you know, like, you know, this is something that, you know, we excel at.
I think it's kind of happening right now, in fact. Like, a lot of companies and advertisers, you probably know, are turning to us, you know. You would never think they would want an Asian person representing their company or something like that.
Portobello mushroom burger.
There you go, Carl's Jr. Portobello mushroom burger. But yeah, I think I just find it amazing, because I never thought that would ever happen. And like you said, they are turning to what did you say?
some word that had media and all.
Yeah, they are turning to computers. Let's just say they're turning to computers, because that's what's hip, and it's happening now. And I think it'll transition from what's currently mainstream to what we're doing now, sooner than we know.
So are you going to stay with it?
I want to. I want to stay with it, even if I've always wanted to do mainstream stuff like TV, movies, stuff like that. But at the same time, I want to keep my YouTube. I've actually had a few offers from TV stations, but they wanted me to actually give up my YouTube account and delete everything, because I guess it was inappropriate for TV or whatever. But yeah, there's no way I'm gonna give that up after, because that's what got me everything, pretty much.
That's called standing your ground.
Tim?
5 years. No, I think we're taking baby steps, but there's definitely a lot of progress in terms of, you know, just singing and the filmmaking and everything. I think even though the mainstream media might not quite be ready to see, you know, a young Asian dude starring in the newest teen chick flick. Like, there's people beginning to take notice. I mean, like, and then you'll see, you know, like Harold and Kumar, like, you know, like stuff like that. You know, there's people making little moves here and there, and I think that's important because we're making steps towards a good thing. In 5 years, I see global domination by me.
It's gonna take 5 years? 5 years?
Okay, and then one last thing before we turn over to the audience. And I think we already touched on it a little bit, but just to be concise, for the people out there that want to do whatever it is that you guys do, what's your, if you have to give them just one sentence of advice, what would you say?
I'm gonna say do it because you want to do it, not because you want to be famous.
Yes.
I like that one. Because none of us started to be, oh well, dang it, that's it. But mine is if you really want to get to that next level is to be creative and do something that no one else is doing. So
I think just have passion for it. Like if you have passion for it, like true passion, then you know there's going to be obstacles, and it's going to keep you motivated. It's going to keep you focused. And yeah, if your passion is to just tell good stories and entertain, that's good. If your passion is to get famous, that's good. As long as you have the passion for something, that's the most important. So I think if you don't have it, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Yeah.
I'm passionate and I want to be famous, so I think the main thing to remember, because it gets difficult. You get a lot of people, you know, like just people talking a lot of shit, and you know you get a lot of people, a lot of obstacles that get in the way, and I think that it's important to be dedicated and know that like if you're doing it, then it's gonna take time. Like I get a lot of people that hit me up like, bro, how do you get so many views? I just put up a video and it only has 200 views, and I'm like, yo, I've been doing this for like 4 years, you know. Like so it takes time, it takes dedication, and it's not gonna come overnight. So, yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. So, questions from the audience. Anybody?
Wait, I wasn't.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't like a stab at
Oh,
Tim. Because Tim is actually extremely talented. So I think I want to clarify and say like, have substance.
Yeah.
And not just like I want to be popular, but actually, you know, show off a skill if you have some. If you don't have any, then it's a great way to develop some skills and to grow as an individual, I think.
Be worthy of the popularity.
All right, questions from the audience. I saw something up there. I saw you first. Okay, remember, good questions only. All right, or know this. Okay.
So much pressure.
So much pressure.
No, really.
You?
There has been criticism of YouTube in the past when it first started out, because what was happening was they were exploiting other people's talent. So people were submitting their videos in the beginning, not seeing any kind of reward, and only building YouTube's, reputation. So you guys have pretty much, risen to the top at what you do. At what point did it start becoming worthwhile for you? Like, how many hits did you have to have before you saw a paycheck, or when you make that transition?
That's a good question. He should get a magazine for that one.
Okay. Come see me after.
Hold on, let me process that.
Well, I can say for me, I joined the partner program really late. Like I was at least 100 million views in before I realized you could make money on YouTube. So I probably missed out on a lot. But I know people that get partnered with YouTube and they actually make money from how many, like they could have like 100 subscribers now. I think is it hard to become a partner?
I don't know.
It's weird because first time I applied to be a YouTube partner, if you don't know, like you can make money off YouTube. It's called YouTube Partner Program, and how does it work? It works like this. If you have a video without any copyrighted material, then Google puts ads on your videos, and like judging by like views and like the clicks on the ads, you get like a percentage of a cent or something like that, and it adds up, and you get a check at the end.
It's the stuff that you usually X out.
Yeah, but click on it from now on, okay?
Once in a while, click on it because it actually helps us.
But what was I saying?
don't know.
At what point did it become
useful
Yeah.
or worthwhile?
No, well, I had a point before that, before I went off on my tangent. I was gonna say, applying for partner, because when I first applied to become a partner, I wrote this, they asked why do you think you should be a partner and, why should you make money off YouTube and stuff, and I wrote this whole thing about, I want to, shed light on stereotypes and provide an alternative view of Asian Americans and, show that a hip-hop artist can be intelligent and well-spoken and all this stuff, and then they rejected me, and then I applied again and said, I like to make funny videos, and then they accepted me. So, I don't know what they want,
Yeah, I don't know either.
I think they do want original content. That's what they do. That's what they do want. For us, I think we always want to make sure that YouTube is still a tool for us, rather than us being a tool for them. Granted, I mean we are helping them out a lot because we do bring them a lot of views and definitely I'm sure a lot of ad revenue as well. But I think as long as we keep the mindset that no, you're working for us because we're using your servers in your community and your infrastructure. That's how we see it as worthwhile, because to us it's like, okay, we get that, and we get a paycheck, once a month for, X amount, so that's why it's worth it to us.
I think something that's very helpful is to exist outside of YouTube.
Yeah.
And with that we have our own website, our own online store, a lot of avenues that aren't just through YouTube. So in a sense, YouTube is just another channel or way for us to advertise everything else. It's not like we are directly associated with YouTube. We're much broader than that, but YouTube is one way we like to spread our videos.
All right, next question.
What are your plans, if any, with reaching out to Asian American students into mainstream media?
What is our plan to reach out to students?
Do you have any plans, or are you planning to reach out to Asian students?
In what sense?
It's probably going to schools, having showing your talents off that they can put it on YouTube or Twitter or something.
Well, for us, we get invited out to go speak at a lot of colleges and high schools and universities, and so we always, usually around springtime and autumn, we always go out on a tour of usually 10 to 15 schools, and so that's our way to, encourage people, whoever comes out. It usually is Asian kids that come out, but it is our way of we want to show people that we're human. We're not just some things that exist on a two-dimensional screen, but we're here, and you could definitely do it too. So that's what we try and do.
I think I saw you, and then I'll go up there. Go ahead.
So this is more kind of directed towards Kevin, Ryan, and Tim, because you guys are still in college. When you guys since you guys are so popular over the internet, when you're actually at school, when people see you and they're like, "Oh, you're Kevin, you're Ryan, you're Tim," how do you guys deal with all of that? Just while you're trying to do school also, and you still have that.
Yeah, I guess in the beginning it was kind of crazy. Just people would approach you, but after a while they get used to your presence, and your classmates aren't gonna ask you every day oh, you again. After the first day it's kind of I see you again, but yeah, people are used to it now, and so it's fine.
That's how we were when we first met you.
Yeah, when I first met them, they're like, "Oh, KevJumba," and now they're like,
Just on my couch again.
yeah, it's yeah. For that web series we did, I had to fly to LA and stay at their house weeks at a time, and we would just film, and I would just bum on their couch because they didn't provide me with a bed. So.
Exploitation.
We gave it to Ryan when he came into. Yeah, and then Ryan came one week too to shoot his scene, and he was like, "Hey Kev, can you take the couch? Because Ryan's coming for the first time, and we want to impress him." I was like,
It wasn't like that.
"Come on."
Exactly. You offered.
I think what Kev said was pretty much the same for me. At first, everyone was kind of they'd come and approach you, but after a while, you just see the same people. Even if it's different people, they have friends, friends tell friends. It's not a big deal. It's not like screaming or anything. It's just casual, "Hey, you're on YouTube." "Yeah, I am." And so, yeah, it's normal.
Okay. I was gonna say, I didn't really get recognized at school a lot because most of my fan base is high school kids, and I'm in college. But the longer I've stayed in college, which has been a while now, the longer it takes me to get my degree, the older the freshmen get. So like the more I get recognized now, you know, and which is interesting because you know, and then there's the people that kind of randomly like say like they're just surfing on YouTube and they see my face, they're like, oh, did I see you on YouTube? And you know, then I was like, oh, we make YouTube videos, and I always make sure and say, oh yeah, but I make money, so it's legit.
All right, next. Yes, you in the green.
So like the other day I heard that YouTube might start charging its users. I don't know if it's like uploaders or viewers, and I don't know if there's any truth to this or if it's just like a rumor. But like I guess there's some validity to it since you know a lot of people are like uploading copyrighted material, movies, dramas, and like even you know music before it's let out by the actual artist. So I don't know. What's like your thought on that? Because I never knew about you can make money off YouTube as you guys will, or you guys are, I guess. But what's your thought on it and like how it would affect you if it ever did happen?
They started charging?
I don't think they're gonna charge people.
They can't do that.
I mean, I don't know if Ryan.
Let's bring out the YouTube representative.
We talked to like the YouTube like people, and they asked us like, hey, what do you think of us making people have to pay like 50 cents or $1 to watch your video? And I'm like, no, like why would I do that? That would make my views go down. Like, yeah, maybe I'll make more money, but I don't. That would make our views go down like divide by 10 or divide by 100 probably, because no one's gonna want to pay after they're used to seeing everything free. So I mean, they asked us about it and they want to know our art, but none of us would even like promote that, you know. So
yeah. I don't think for user-generated things, unless you're like professional like these guys, like Wong Fu, like my stuff is like my flip cam. Yeah. But like, I guess if it were like actual artists on YouTube and they gave you like an iTunes option or something, I guess that would be okay. But for our stuff, like user-generated stuff, I don't think that'll ever happen.
I think that defeats the purpose of YouTube, you
right.
know?
It's just like them two.
Because that was the fun of it, like, yeah, them two.
Yeah. Okay, next question. You in the front.
What do you want to do when you're 30 or 40?
I'm already 40. What's your problem?
He's like 29, right?
Yeah, totally.
I mean, when I'm 30 or 40, I mean, like I said, I definitely see like what I'm doing now just on a huger level, you know, like just you know, like I mean, you know, to keep it real, completely real. The goal ever since I was 5 was to be super famous, right? And so now it's like I'm 20 something and I'm internet famous, you know what I'm saying? So it's like just taking that next step to, like I said, world domination, man. I don't know if it's the same for these guys, but no, take over. I want you to see my face everywhere.
We're gonna do universe domination. Right. You can take the world.
When we're 30 or 40, we're gonna collaborate and just like control everyone's mind to watch our videos.
I think to be real, like I think we all just, at least for us, like I would like to just keep making, you know, stuff, telling stories, good content. If this whole YouTube thing like totally goes like a different direction that we are predicting, then the way I see it, it was a good story. We had a good time when we did it, and I just hope I can, you know, be happy doing whatever I'm doing. Like anyone in this room right now, you just want, what do you guys want to do when you're 30? You want to be happy, hopefully have a family, whatever. So it's like kind of like that.
All right, I want to go over there. You guys haven't had any questions. You guys have been pretty quiet. Okay.
What about that Tim fan? Where is he?
My questions are like.
Oh, wait. You have to put up your hand because
it's okay. You guys can. I mean, you guys don't have to like try too hard to be like, oh, so what's the online medium like when? Ask whatever. Like, don't put too much pressure. I'd rather there be like more like common questions.
But then you don't get it back. I'm just kidding. I want to go with you with the glasses and your hands up.
Thank you. I'm just kind of curious to know, how do you try to maintain your content to be, you know, pretty fresh and pretty new and unique? Because even I, as a blogger, it's pretty hard for me to, you know, after about 3 years and I'm making about, 400 pieces of blog entries, that you sort of get writer's block. And so I'm just kind of curious, is it something you wake up in the morning, you're like, I had this total dream, I should do this video, or is it, it's just some, casual observation you see on the streets?
Right. Okay, you can go, Tim.
Go ahead.
I think it's a little of both. Sometimes I'll wake up and say, hey, that would be fun to talk about. Like I just did a video like about how I hate Facebook, and that's because I really hate Facebook, And I just did a video about that, and I knew that was gonna get a lot of views because, you know, people are so passionate about that for whatever reason, you know? And sometimes, you know, I mean, I'm sure you know, like, as a vlogger, one of the easiest way to get hits is to talk about, like, what's the newest, like, okay, Kanye West disses Taylor Swift, everybody make a video, then the next day on YouTube there's, like, 1 billion, you know, responses to that because everybody's clicking on YouTube trying to find it, you know? But that is an easy way to get hits, you know? As soon as, like, a celebrity leaks naked pictures, I'm on that and I'm talking about it because there's nothing but perverts on YouTube trying to find the pictures and I get 1 million views, you know?
It's true. Sad but true.
Yeah.
I think what I do is I try not to think. If you try too hard to think of an idea, it's gonna be too forced. I don't know. That's just me. But I can't just try to, like, today I'm not gonna just sit here and be like, okay, I'm gonna write an idea right now. It's like kind of what Kev said. If it just comes to you, that's usually when I do it.
We actually don't watch that much YouTube. We like learned a lot this past year. We don't keep up with a lot. So sometimes there are ideas that like I'll have, and then like Wes will like do a quick search and be like, oh, someone's already done it. And I'm like, dang it, you know. So that definitely does happen sometimes.
It's very hard to find stories that haven't been told. So I guess we're gonna rely on telling it the way we want to tell it, and people come to our channel because I think they have an understanding of our style and our tastes, and you know, hopefully that's enough.
Great, and actually that's just going to be our last question. We are out of time. I'm sorry, but thanks again for you guys to come out, and thank you guys for coming out today, and let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you guys.
And then lastly, I just want all of you guys to plug yourselves really quick if people are interested in, and can I start with myself?
Of course.
Okay. If you want to find out more about Hyphen Magazine, check out www.hyphenmagazine. I have some of my volunteers on the side, and they can raise their hands. If you want to, you know, sign up for our mailing list, if you're interested in subscribing, the first few subscribers can actually also get the free copies. Yeah, check us out. We're always looking for volunteers. Get involved. I think that's my message today. If you guys can just quickly plug yourselves, your website, and tell them where to find more information.
YouTube.com/Timothy DeLaGhetto 2, and I also Timothy DeLaGhetto 2. .com without the 2 is coming soon, and you know, follow me on Twitter if you want. TRAPHIK. There you go. Traffic.
WongFuProductions.com. Just YouTube.com/Nigahiga or Higa TV. That's my site that's gonna be coming up. I have no idea when. It was supposed to be up like half a year ago, but we'll see.
WongFuProductions.com is like Kung Fu, but WONG, and YouTube.com/WongFuProductions or Twitter.com/WongFuPro or Facebook.
YouTube.com/Kevin. You can find it. That's not a joke. You can do it. And then
I'm that powerful.
But yeah, just check me out. I'm excited for the new series. I hope you guys are too. And yeah, just look forward to new things.
Awesome. Let's give them another round of applause, and thank you to Film Festival.